Hola amigo, my name is Taylor Van Beek and come check out my camper van that I built. So here we have got a 2005 GMC Savana 3500, so it is the big boy. It has got the 6.0 gas V8 motor with the 4L80 transmission in the 373 rear end. So it's got plenty of power to pull around my heavy camper build that I did and those huge tires. So this van did get a 5-inch weldtec lift. You can see it's got tons clearance here. And then I've got some 18x9 fuel rims on some 33 1250 18 Kenda Cleaver RT tires. Now these tires are sick. I haven't had any problems with them gripping in snow, mud, sand, or anything. These tires also have about 25,000 miles on them and they still look like they've got 75% tread, so they last forever. This is a 12-ply tire, so it's very thick, but since the van is heavy, I wanted to make sure I got the thicker ply tire because I did not want to be getting blowouts. So I know a lot of y'all are gonna ask, does it rub? No, it does not. I've actually got tons of clearance. I did have to trim a little corner off here. I had to beat this metal back with a hammer, and then I actually took a huge crescent wrench. I heated up this metal bracket here and bent it back. And then I had to take just a tiny little cut out of the front bumper. But as y'all can see, look at how crazy that tread is after 20,000 miles of driving on a 3500 van. Now these wheels are 18x9. I do not know the offset, but they do have a little bit of poke on them. Now this van's a little bit of a rare piece because it is not white. I wanted a color other than white, so I was able to find a passenger van that had the windows with the slider door that was not white. Now I chose the passenger van because it is my daily driver. So I did not want a panel van, would have been a lot easier to build, but I didn't want to be that creeper driving a panel van. So of course I had to do some upgrades to it, which is why I put the lift on it. I also put some smoked out headlights with some HID bulbs or LED bulbs. And then I've also got the official Bigfoot Response vehicle license plate. Now with the windows, of course I don't want people looking in while I'm camping, so I did get limo tint so you cannot see inside them at all. And then I also installed these weldtec H3 crossbars that are super sturdy. Now those crossbars are very expensive. I think I paid like $350 or $400 for just a set of two, but they are 100% worth it. They are aluminum, but they are very strong. I've actually stood up there on top of those crossbars and jumped up and down, and they don't have any flex to them. So anybody who wants to put a huge roof rack or a rooftop tent, you would not have any issue with these crossbars. Let's see if I can climb up and show you a little bit of a better view on how thick those crossbars are. Now we work our way towards the back of the van, and I also tinted the rear taillights as well to kind of go with the blacked out look on this van. And you can never have enough Bigfoot stickers. So we will go ahead and take a look inside of this van and show you all the camper. But before we do that, I know y'all are wondering, do the tires hit the slider door? Yes, they do. But it is only about 8 inches short, so it still gives you tons of room to get inside of this camper build. So let's go ahead and make it inside of the camper, and we will start in the driver's lounge. So with the passenger vans, what's nice about them is that they come with power locks, power windows, and cruise control right off the bat. And then they also have the captain chairs with the fold up armrests on either side, making a long trip very comfortable. A lot of y'all probably thinks this looks ridiculous, but I did replace the headliner to fit the theme of the camper van. So we have got an astronaut and an alien eating pizza on the moon. And then of course the visors are covered with crown bags, which is my favorite whiskey. No camper van is complete without a hula girl either. And then I also have my little penguin dude with the baby Jesus. And you cannot forget the Bigfoot air fresheners. Now I did upgrade my radio and my speakers in my door, but your boy is simple and I just wanted a single DIN unit, which is why I have the phone holder to hold my phone up for the GPS when I am driving, because your boy does not have Apple CarPlay. Now hidden right behind the driver's seat is my front windshield cover to block that off from anybody seeing inside. I have also got this closed curtain rod that hooks in to either end, and then I have a curtain on it so you can close off the whole driver's section from the camper portion of this van. Now this camper was built with 1x6 3/4 inch tongue and groove. We have got 1 inch of insulation foam board in the ceiling, the little bit of walls that we have, and then also the floor. As you can see, it was built up, and I did not pull out my seat rails, and I did that on purpose because I did want an insulated floor with the cold areas that I was going to. The floor is just luxury vinyl plank that I bought from Home Depot, fairly inexpensive. So I do have a 5,000 BTU heater, Chinese diesel heater, mounted up underneath my passenger seat. As you can see right here. And then the exhaust comes out the bottom of the van. I decided to mount my diesel tank inside of my van, so I never had to worry about it gelling up when I was getting to the really cool areas. But I have also never had a single issue with smell inside of this van with that diesel tank. It's been great, and it is very sealed off. Now, a lot of people that do install diesel heaters in these vans, for some reason, they mount them up underneath the bed of the van or where my kitchen's at. To me, that just didn't make much sense, because if I'm sleeping back there, I wouldn't want the heat to blow forward towards the cabin of the van, and I wouldn't want it to flow sideways towards the door, which is why up underneath that seat made the most sense to me to blow all the heat back to where I'm actually sleeping at. My little kitchen cabinet insert here was built out of 2x2 and then some 2x12 board up here that I sanded down and stained. As you can see, I do have a sink in this rig. My sister actually found this troll for me at an estate sale. So I drilled a hole through its mouth and made it the sink. Right here is the switch for the water pump on that sink. There is a 5-gallon freshwater tank right there. And then I have got a 2.5-gallon gray water tank in the back. And you can see my little water pump right there hiding up top. Now the water pump that I did put in was off of Amazon. I think I paid 10 bucks for it. It only does 0.35 gallons per minute, so it's very efficient considering I only have 5 gallons of fresh water. But with that being said, I did make a little makeshift shower that attaches to the sink. So this is actually irrigation line that has got a little connector here. So you put this connector on the tube of his mouth, and then on the other end is a little fan sprayer. Again, you're not gonna be able to shampoo your head, but you can at least get wet, take a towel, wipe off, and it feels a lot better than a baby wipe bath. So right next to the sink, we have got the toilet. Now that toilet is just held in by a bungee cord in an eye-ring. So it just pulls right out. And typically I will put it right in between these two seats. Now, I know a lot of y'all are gonna give me trash. Taylor, why do you have a toilet? Why not just go outside? I do. My girlfriend said she would not go camping with me without a toilet. in a sink, which is totally understandable. But I'll tell you, I have actually used that toilet quite a bit when I'm camping in the middle of the city and I can't just get out and pee at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And you can't pee outside in a parking lot. Don't do that, guys. Make sure you're either peeing in water bottles or get you one of these cheap little toilets. I think I only paid $100 for it. Next up, we have got the Hisense 6000 BTU single hose stand-up AC unit. Now, this little thing is sweet. The whole reason I did a stand-up unit and not a window unit out the back door or a rooftop unit is that I wanted to stay stealth. And with this van already being pretty tall with the lift kit and then also those crossbars I've got on here, I did not want any more height with a rooftop unit up top. I also think they look goofy. And then I did not want a window unit hanging out the back window because I don't want it to look goofy either, because it is my daily driver. So this AC unit, unfortunately, my power bank that is up underneath the bed is not strong enough to run that AC unit for a very long time, but you can hook it up to shore power, or I run it off of my 2000 watt Win inverter generator. Now that generator only has a 1 gallon tank of fuel, but it does run the AC for about 7 to 8 hours before running out of fuel. So it is a very efficient AC unit. But there is one thing I had to do prior to having that generator actually run this AC unit. I had to install this Medea soft start system into this unit because the compressor surges too hard for that 2000 watt generator to start it up. So let me go ahead and show y'all how I have this AC ducted, because I actually have the exhaust hose going out through the bottom of the van. So you come over to the underside of the van and we have got the drain line for the AC, and then this is the exhaust that just unscrews before you start the AC, so all the hot air comes out. So it is very stealthy. Next up, we have got some extra storage up underneath here as well to keep more kitchen items. And then of course, we have got the propane stove that is affixed to the countertop so it does not go flying when you're driving. Now this cooktop is just your typical cheap cooktop. It just unclips, flips open. I've got all these paper towels in here because I don't want to hear it rattle while I'm going down the road. Now I did curtain cabinet doors on this kitchen because this van's already small, so I did not want doors swinging out and hitting me when I'm trying to get up underneath. So it's just on a cable system and it slides over like so. And then of course I had to get a little bit of color. Now of course my camper van also has some artwork that I've collected over the years of traveling. I've got my little dudes that are right next to my troll sink. Got a picture of me and my Lola pup. And as if y'all do not know yet, she has passed away, unfortunately, due to cancer. So I have got her collar up here in remembrance. And then another picture with Lola. My sister got me this little creepy dude for Christmas. And then I had some buddies with a CNC machine that cut out an F-bomb. And then also this Bigfoot that we welded some genitalia on. Of course, we've got the Bigfoot sign, we've got another skull, and then I found this metal stork that I screwed into the wall, so I have a place to hang my hats as I'm driving down the road and keep them out of the way. Now, I built this little reclining seat right here, so we had a place to sit. When you get out of bed, you can sit down right there, use the top of the fridge as a table, and then you can also have a place to sit to put your clothes on in the morning. Now, this also does have some additional storage up underneath, which is nice. So right next to the seat is my ridiculously massive Dometic fridge. Got it off Facebook Marketplace for $100. It had a bad thermostat in it, so I ordered a new one, and the beast has been working ever since. Now, this one's a lot bigger than the old fridge I had in the old rig. So tons more space, and the van is way set up better for traveling full time. So right behind the fridge, we have got the perfect spot for the trash can. And then we have also got all of my electrical stuff. So this right here is the diesel heater control panel. This tells me how much battery percentage I have currently. This right here is my Max Air fan remote. And we have got my light switch that is also on dimmers if you want to get that right mood. So another benefit to these passenger vans is you have got pop-out windows. You've got one there, two back there, and one there. A lot of times people, when they build camper vans, put in two max air fans, but if you have these pop-out windows, you don't really need them. And that is because you just pop the window open, you get that little gap, and then when you turn the max air fan on in exhaust mode, it actually pulls all the air out of the van, but then also draws in fresh air from the cracked windows. Now this max air fan's pretty sweet. You've got a remote to control everything from. It's very low profile on the roof of the van, and then you can also keep it open if it's snowing, raining. It doesn't matter what the weather is. It will not leak a drop into the van. I have camped during hurricanes and not had any issues with that max air fan running all night. One nice thing that I don't want to forget to tell y'all about the passenger vans as well is that they also have rear HVAC systems. So I did not take out my rear HVAC, so I've still got all the controls up there. And then I actually cut a hole so we still get some airflow there. Now what's nice about that is it kind of helps control the climate inside of the van when you are heading to a camping spot. Let's say you've been driving all day, you're about to get to a camping spot, it's snowing outside, diesel heater's not going yet. You can flip on that heat in the back and it'll heat up that whole back camper section. Now, as you can tell also, with being a passenger van, I did keep all my windows and I did not build over them. So single pane windows are not efficient at all, which is why I built these Reflectix window covers that are held on with suction cups. So you got the reflective side to block all the heat and sun out. And then I made it pretty by putting some tapestry on it. And I am a big space fanatic, which is why I went with the space look. Now I have also got my TV that is on a swivel mount, so you can watch it from bed, or it'll even turn all the way over so you can watch it from outside the van as well. This bed is an 8-inch thick memory foam mattress. I built the bed to sleep this way and not sideways because I am 6 foot tall and I wanted to make sure I slept comfortably. With the long wheelbase Chevy Expresses, you don't have any problem building the bed long ways and you still have tons of countertop space for a little kitchenette and everything. Now tucked up on the wall of the van, you can see my power inverter for any 120 volt powered systems. Now when I built this van, I tried to make it as simple as possible when it comes to electrical, so if anything broke, I could still have access to it. So the only wires that are actually ran behind any of the walls or the ceiling of the van would be the lights and the max air fan. All my other wires actually run behind this turf that is just screwed in, so if I ever have any issues, I can pull this back, see if the wires are messed up back there, and then everything else is ran up underneath the bed. You can actually see from this diesel heater monitor, the wires run down up underneath this plastic trim piece. Here they pop out a little bit because I am missing a plastic trim piece, and then straight to the diesel heater. So it is easy to repair. So now we will go ahead and make our way to the back of this van. Here we are in the back. Of course, we got to start out with all of my stupid artwork that I have in this van. So we've got a Florida Man poster, and then this little metal plate that I found at a garage sale that says screw room. Here you can see how thick that memory foam mattress is, and how you have also got the pop-out windows back here while you are sleeping. It's also nice because you have a lock button in the back if you go to lay down in bed and you forgot to lock the doors. Now up underneath the bed, you have got a whole bunch of storage. This bed flips up with hydraulic jacks, which gives you easy access to all your storage. Here we have got an onboard air compressor, so you can air up your tires after you air them down after riding some trails. We have got a 200 amp hour Logigy lithium battery, along with my 12 volt fuse box. We have got my battery charger, which is the only way that I can charge this battery. So it's when I drive, this battery charges. And then we have got the mega fuses that power the charger, and then also my inverter that runs up there. I use these red storage bins to store all of my clothes and everything in. I always keep a safe in here so my cash, wallets, and things like that are not getting stolen. And then I have always got my trusty tools so I can fix my van if I am on the road. And that is pretty much it for this van tour. So if y'all have any questions about my build, feel free to put them down in the comments below and I'll be glad to answer them to the best of my ability. Otherwise, thank you for watching and I hope to see y'all around more. Thanks, bye.